It's our last night here in California before we head back after the convention, so we might as well have dinner one last time. We're going to go over here to Pixar Place and try out the new Maple Cafe Diner. Or dinner. I can't remember what it's called now. Let's go eat there. And forget about the noise, I'm going without my normal external mics, but I'm really excited. I've actually never been in this hotel before, let alone ate here. So this will be a first time for both of us. Well, let's head into the front lobby and see if we can get checked in early. Brand new experience all around for me. Going to a Disney property by myself to eat some dinner, I can get what I want. And it's full with cool Americana food, but you know what? What's more Americana than getting a 10-ounce New York steak and washing it down with a Bloody Mary? I smelled this from a mile away. They smoked that bacon, did a fire, whatever you want to call it, just blazed that, and you can just smell it, and it was incredible. And tasted incredible. Although it had more of like a michelada taste. But that bacon, I would have ordered that by itself on the side. That was great. Steak came out really quick, which is a little concerning, but you know what? Once I started getting ready to dive in, it cut through like butter. I've had steak on Disney properties before, but it's always been tough, definitely like theme park steak, if you will. You can tell this one was cooked kind of to order, but it came out quick enough where I think they're probably already making a bunch because this is one of their signature dishes. That first bite, ooh, that was a good steak, especially for a Disney property. Sounds mean, but it's true. In fact, it was good enough where I cleaned my plate, except for that salad. That blue cheese and I did not get along. Just finished up dinner here at the Great Maple Eatery, whatever you want to call it, here in Pixar Place. But before I give you my review, why don't we head on over to the Grand Californian. Let's walk around for a minute or two. Change of plans. I'm just gonna head over to the Disney Hotel and check it out there again. And then walk over to downtown Disney for some dessert. I just stopped to see if I could replace my 3/4 zip that I lost, but unfortunately, no, none of my size. Said, do you have any more anywhere? They said, nope, what we have out is what we have. Sad. It is what it is. Hopefully it turns up still, as I can't imagine having lost it. It was in my backpack, protecting the book. The book's in the hotel. Where did the 3/4 zip go? Ah well, it's not the worst thing in the world. We'll probably get one next time we come to Disneyland, but until then, let's go drown our sorrows in ice cream maybe. Actually a little quick stop in a galaxy far, far away. Salt and straw. Can't go wrong with the sea salt caramel. Woo! I'm a fan. Well, that's gonna do it for another trip to Disneyland and the Disney parks. Had a lot of fun, even though I was only at Disneyland for one day. Downtown Disney pretty much every night that I was here for food or something. Now we're gonna walk to our hotel and let's talk about a few things about the trip. We're gonna talk about the food. I'm not gonna do a full food review. We're gonna talk about this trip and what it was like coming to Disney by myself without the family and kids. Something I've never done before. It was interesting. Several pros and cons. As you may notice, we're not at the hotel. I'm actually back home. That night I went back and I just fell asleep. I am wearing the same shirt though to give the illusion I'm still there. But let's go over those pros and cons. The first pro is I was able to go at my own pace. I was able to do what I want, see what I want, eat what I want. Which is not a luxury I've actually had ever on a Disney trip. I've always been with friends, family, or my immediate family. So that was a nice little change here. I mean, I got to do things like I don't normally get to do. I got to go see Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, which is one of my favorite attractions ever. I got to ride Space Mountain without having to try to convince a 7-year-old or 6-year-old that it's not scary and then have them chicken out at the last second. Twice. It was just nice to go at my own pace. It was something unusual for me. So it was kind of cool and disarming. Because every time I've done that in the past, it's because the family went back to the hotel. I went back to Disneyland by myself late at night. The second pro, and it kind of goes along the same lines as the first one. I was able to go on certain rides I wouldn't normally get to go on because of my own thought process. Because they might have single rider, they might have the shorter lines because there's only one of me, but that means we're doing unofficial rider swap where I'm gonna go on it, she's gonna be with the kids, or she's gonna go on it and I'm gonna be with the kids. And then we have to wait equal amount of time for either one of us to go through it. And this isn't fun. You're going by yourself, you're not experiencing it with that loved one that you're there with. So I got to do some of those rides where it was just me, so single rider for Smuggler's Run and what have you. It was fun, but I also was now experiencing it with people I didn't know. My third pro is kind of silly, but it's true as a parent. I got to have uninterrupted sleep time and work time. So if I wanted to go back to the hotel to just edit video, I could. If I wanted to take a break and go get food, I could. If I wanted to go to sleep at 9:30, I can spread out and not worry about a kid diving on me or just anyone bouncing in the bed. Like, I got to just enjoy not having anyone else in the bed with me and just sleep. Last time I did that was back in 2017 when I went for a training thing for my work, right when Henry was 7 months old, 7 months old, I believe it was. Yeah, somewhere around there. So that was unusual, but also still kind of weird. We'll get back to that. And I kind of already said it. My fourth pro, I got to just work on my little projects. I got to write a little bit. I got to edit video when I wanted to instead of waiting for everybody to go to sleep, and do it very quietly and stay up like 2 hours later than everyone else, and then still get up at the same time as everyone else. So it was nice to kind of work on my stuff that I like to work on my own speed. It was kind of cool. Now let's talk about the cons. And bear in mind, these are just simply my pros and cons from my experience doing it. My first con, it was absolutely weird not having my crew with me. Myself and Dane have been going to Disneyland together for like a better part of a decade. And we kind of have our routine down. And you're always there with someone else. And then we started having our kids. So we have Henry and Charlie, 7 and 4. And Henry's probably been there 20 times plus. Charlie's been there 6 or 7 times now. It's weird because when you go there as a parent with your kids and wife, you have your routines down. And more often than not, you kind of like, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Are you okay? What are you doing? Can I over here follow me? I went without them. So realistically, I was kind of done with everything I wanted to do by 11:30 a.m. So I was like, I guess I'll do this now. Because there was really nothing slowing me down. I don't mean that in a negative sense. It's just, when you're there, 4 people, you have 4 different opinions and 4 different requests. And as a parent, it's your job to figure out what makes the most sense for the entire party. So it was just weird not being there with my crew and not having to like herd cats with the kids. Like Dan and I are definitely experienced cat tamers at this point. My second con goes back to the whole sleeping thing. I'm so used to having our kids dive into bed or want to sleep in our room or waking up early or going to sleep late because they, nap too late during the day, whatever. I kept waking up throughout the night all 4 nights. I'd wake up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., but since I wasn't necessarily exhausted because of not just basically chasing the kids all day and everything, I had a hard time going back to sleep those nights. So I'd wake up and there was nothing for me to necessarily like do. In those moments, like when the kids are there, that's usually when I get up and I'll work a little bit. I'll edit video, I'll write for a project, whatever. In these cases, I'd wake up, I'm like, oh, that's all done. There's no one else here. I guess I'll watch YouTube. So that was most nights there. And I was still trained to wake up at 7 a.m. every day. Normally I wake up at 6:30, but that was my sleep-in because it was vacation, 7 a.m. Third con, and this goes back again to not having my crew with me. It was fun doing all this stuff, but it was weird not having them there to share in those experiences. Eating breakfast, having Chewbacca like walk by and kind of tap me on the shoulder. Charlie and Henry weren't there to be like, ah, and Dana wouldn't be there laughing, trying to take her pictures real quick. Or even, this is going to sound weird too, one of my biggest things I missed was my wife actually offering to take pictures for everybody that she saw because she's so fantastic about that. And she always tells me the same thing, hey, these are their memories, they need to be together. Let me take their photo for them so they don't have to worry about it. She's a good person, and that's one of the many reasons I love her. But it was weird not having her do that. I did it once while I was there, but I was just always on the go, so I was like, yeah, they'll figure it out. Because she's a way better person than I am. So all in all, it was fun, but with an asterisk. Like, am I glad I did it? Absolutely. I think it was a great experience. It's great for the channel, great for the content. Like, what's it like for a Disney dad to go to Disneyland without their entire family? Just by myself from out of town. Was it a cool experience? Yeah. Did I have fun? Absolutely. Do I want to do it again? Maybe not. Like, I would like to go with at least a friend or Dana or like whatever, just with someone else to share in that experience. To me, it's kind of like the first time you go to a movie by yourself. Like, oh, it was fun, but I couldn't go afterwards and be like, oh yeah, was that movie good? Did you like it? No, it was just me and my full-on experience. And I think that's the part where a lot of people get the disconnect with, for those who call us like Disney adults, for example. A Disney adult is not someone who just goes and Disney, like people like mock us like, oh, why would you spend so much money on those trips all the time? Don't you have anything better to spend your money on? Yeah, sure, we do. But the thing I think people misunderstand and don't necessarily get when our mindset compared to the average person that doesn't do Disney like we do is we're not paying to go to the park. We're paying for the opportunity to go create these memories that we absolutely love, those core memories with each other, with our kids, for ourselves. People have in the past been like, oh, why'd you take your kid when he was 1 or 2 to Disneyland? They're not going to remember it. You're 100% correct. We didn't go for their memories. We went to make our own memories with them. So 50 years from now, they're like, I don't think I went to Disneyland until I was like 13. No, you were 2, and here's what happened. Because it's our memory. We're paying for those memories and experiences, given the opportunity for those memories and experiences. And with Disney, it is literally crafted and designed to help secure those memories and everything. So that's why I don't get angry at the term Disney adult, because we 100% are. And we're fortunate enough where we can be. And we're fortunate enough that our kids still enjoy it. Like, the con is, I feel like even though I went, I missed out on creating those memories. Like, I have the memories of myself going, but I'm not gonna have the core memories of the family in its whole being there, which at this point is what I'm looking for as a Disney dad. All in all, it was a great trip. Happy I did it. Glad I did it. Don't know if I want to do it again. Well, I hope that was a nice little video for you guys. We went to the Great Maple American Eatery there at Pixar Pier. I think I said it right finally, yay. Went to downtown Disney, got some Solid Straw, and we talked about the pros and cons of my solo trip to Disney when I was there for WonderCon. Lots of fun. All right, guys, well, thanks you. Please like and subscribe. Follow for all of our Disney content, our Tesla content, our travel content, and the comic book content. We're doing a lot more of that lately, see, comics. So please like and subscribe. It's just gonna get better from here, I hope. I guess you'll have to find out. Like and subscribe, find out. But thanks for taking the ride with us. Let's take another ride again soon. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm ready for a nap.